Okay, this is going to be a port boom, NR40. I got asked quite a lot of times since I updated my own one, and I think I do a lot better. Uh, I mean, port booms aren't too difficult, but I guess some people still wonder how to do them correctly, and I'm gonna talk about some tricks, I guess, of how to increase it. Uh, Therefore, I'm not gonna try to take two massive treasures just to not influence my boom too badly. Like, what's it? 70 feet? I don't know. I could take it. I could leave it out. Well, yeah. So the first thing I do is always check what kind of start crates I had. This time I had no coin, but 200 wood. So it doesn't matter if you build a market or the house first. But if you get a 40 coin treasure or something, you can usually get hunting dogs really quickly. And the most important thing about booming well, from my point of view, is like most players will quickly understand what are the important main aspects, like do 14 or 15 builds, H1, etc. But what you need to do, in my opinion, is you need to micro your hunts. And that's what I really believe it is. Like, you need to make sure your builds will never be idle. So what I try to do in order to do so is I click on the hunts, I just see how much food I have, and I shift click builds. Like, I just shift click them on the hunts, and they're gonna do what's right. I know that usually it's 14 village up forts, so that's what I'm going for too. Like, obviously, like, I get a house, I get a market, I get an upgrade, like, that's pretty standard. But now everybody knows that, basically, what kind of build order you do. But why, like, I still get 100, 150 point differences to other players, even if they have better resources. So I do agree with the point of, it does make sense to show how to boom correctly. And this is how, like, I've 12 villagers right now, simply on 2 hunts. And I'll just shift click them so I can keep most food available. Okay. Hunts look decent. Like, now I see this hunt is going low on food. So I'm gonna use 2 volts to shoot it because it takes 2 shots. Gonna click him behind the hunt so they won't use the gun animation. And then I'll shift click the others so I don't lose any time. Look at my res, I can age up with 14 volts easily. I did not take massive amounts of treasures to do that. And I'll use this and 3 other villages on wood to get the coin upgrade. Pretty standard. Like, I keep checking how much food the hunts have. There's 4 vills on this one, there's 6 on this one, this is lower. You know it's gonna run out first, obviously. I think I might go take it, because it's just 70 feet in the end. Again, I shift like this. But actually, this hunt is in a weird spot because of the TC, so it might be better to kill another one. And I just shift like all of those. I get this upgrade and I get 25 extra wood. Because that's what it's gonna take to get a house. I don't start hurting my hunts yet. I want to get the maximum amount of time, I guess. Okay, that's weird, but it's okay. Like, now my will just auto-shot an animal and I reacted quickly enough to prevent them from losing time. But like, if I'd send my villagers to herd the hunts closer to me right now, I'd lose some time, some resources due to the villager not gathering resources. So now I check my situation, check where's the second hunt close. Now I see this one. And I want my TC to be close to mine as well. Okay, so now I obviously want to get the market upgrades and I make sure to shift click the builds on wood. You need to imagine a crate has 100 resources, and one villager will take ticks of 20. So if it's 2 builds on a crate, one of them will lose time while gathering the last 20. Like 2 villagers gather the last 20, but only one can get them, obviously. I don't know if you get what I mean. But it's smarter to do it the way I just did. Yeah, and I check my hunts. It's fine, 100 food plus and spray vills. Usually I need like 24 vills to age up to age 3. So I definitely remember that. Shift click vills again, because this hunt is underneath 200. And you can see right now, this hunt is one shot, so it's worth to shoot it once. I won't lose too much time. We'll shift click those vills into the TC because it's quicker if I just get them out of the TC. Get this hunt closer. Oh shit, this guy can go to coin. He really died? What? Okay, yeah, it's pretty stupid, I guess. Now you can see my rests are looking really good. I didn't lose any time. I keep my hunts close to the TC, so my villagers don't have to run very far. Now I see this is quite far and the hunt's close. I can use this new animal. It was one shot, so my villager didn't have to wait to get its second shot. I see this hunt's running low. I can pre-kill one and shift click all the others. Now, this time I'm gonna wait, because I do not want to wait a whole other villager to get it. Also, my age of resources look good. So what I know now is only to switch off mines. I go hide my hunts. But knowing that I only need 9 vills on coin to get age up. Like, that's something you can just know. If you have treasures, it might be different anyway, but usually it's like that. Like, now that more and more hunts are gonna be on the line, it's gonna be obviously more difficult to keep up with the herding skills. But you can still try. Like, I always do my best to herd all the hunts and to micro my builds on each single hunt. Like, booming isn't easy. It can be less complicated, but it's not like no work at all. Like, let's run out. Need to keep checking. Shit. This one just came out new. That kind of sucks because the animal was one shot and I used 2 volts to shoot it. Meanwhile, trying to get those hunts in the right direction, but I feel like they don't want to. Something that you might want to mention, but which is true, but doesn't matter too much, is in the 1v1 right now, with a comp, there's obviously no lag at all. So that might influence the time I need to click all the vills, etc. But it doesn't do too much in the game, to be honest. I've been booming same stuff many times. Now I can see my coins quite influence. I don't know why it's this high. It shouldn't be. But it won't matter too much. I got a good edge up anyways. Like, I know I can delete that vill right now. And this is a really good aging time. I need to check for mines though. Okay, my mines are pretty fucked. Gonna say that. I know I need one more house now, so I'm gonna get that too. Like you can see it right now, it's getting a lot harder for me to migrate all the Huns, and that's fine. Like right now, it matters less and less how good I am with my resources. Like the more builds I have, the less it matters how much I micro the single one. If that does make sense. Make sure to always watch out where you get your TCs from. And this is an important one to shift click because there's so many builds online. Again, I use one build per crate because I do not want my builds to collect something empty in a way. I want to use animal. This one's gonna run out soon, so I hope I be aging by then. Factory. Builds Q in this. This on food because I have a lot more coin right now. Though I don't know if I'm gathered quicker, but okay, now you can see I can start sending builds onto wood with all the TCs. I'll also try to age with this will, I think. And as you can see, my age up is really good right now. Because my resources are really good too. But I can tell you, this is realistic in a real game. I sometimes do get that on patch 2, so it's not just team cards or something. Like, I see many people being like, dude, I did the same thing as you, what are your boomers? It's just the things I talked about most of the time. I switch up to wood now to get the upgrade. Upgrade my factories. Get a mill. Now it's just typical stuff I feel like, but many people do also fuck up in that part of the boom. Like, you'd not believe how many do that. Like, hell, just shift click your builds on the hunts, etc. Okay, just don't do it then. Right now it's worth it doing that because I get so much wood income right now. And I just shot that one because there isn't too many builds of mine anyway. And I'll just use 4 builds for this. Like right now, this is maybe a good example of a boom in which I do not have the resources I need to get the capital upgrade. Doesn't matter too much though. I got such a good aging time that it's fine too. I have a couple of seconds to wait. Like if you can get it, obviously do it, but it's not too bad if you can't. Then I know I already have some bills on food because it's, in my opinion, it's worth to get slow food and come over waiting a lot more for the capital upgrades. Yeah. Obviously, I do not give too many shits right now about the bills. Like, what order? This isn't like a well-organized base or something, you know. Obviously, eco has to be in the back usually, and capital or church can be further up at the front. Factory back to wood. You can send church cut first, by the way. On TP doesn't matter, it's just I always forget about it. What I like to do is upgrade this so I can get this coin upgrade. I usually don't have a 5th mine. Like usually you don't have 5 mines in the game. So I'm not gonna try to use one here. And then 7 mills is usually what you need. I like to have 7 on each and 2 mills with 6. So like 47 mills is what I figured is really good on food in most games. Now just try to split your builds on wood. Imagine I was Nat, I'd go pre-base. Here another tip. If you're Nat and you build up here, knowing that you're gonna fight in a cliff, don't base up like a moron and build like 60 Rexes, 50 stables. Just do one of each. One of each is gonna be enough. Like rather use the wood. Instead of expecting to get pushed back to here, use the wood to get a better fight going, to tower up, to prevent your opponent from pushing you. Like, you never be like, oh man, I'm gonna lose anyway. I can already build up here. I know it's gonna be a fight at that point. Don't be like that. Five. Like, always, if you have the choice and you know you have some space, always check how many builds you got on which side to check on, like, which side you should build more plantations. That's another advice I can give. Now, factories to coin just to get that church upgrade and the XP. What are you doing? Now you can see my score is pretty high, like actually pretty high. And I'm certain that there's a couple of score points that you get from the no lag, but anyone who's played with me will not be able to deny that my port scores are usually pretty good. In a minute, like at the mark of 20, I can tell you how good the boom is easily. I'll get this, by the way. My bad. Like at the mark of 20, anything higher than 630 points is good. 650 is really good, and anything higher than that is just you have a mad boom. At least that's how I taught myself. By now I almost get more than 650 every time. Simply because I kind of perfected my boom, I guess. Like, it's all about the hunting, I'm telling you. It's all about the ways. Don't just build 4 TCs in the middle and try to move 10 villas to each side of the map. That's gonna cost you a shit amount of points. And it's gonna make your boom worse. Like a lot. Like right now you can see I already topped the 650 thing. 660 something is what I get in many public games where you might have some animals less, to micro well, yeah. Like the hunting micro is good to not lose time, get resources quicker, but it's also insanely good at wasting less food, you know? Like only having a lot of builds on a few hunts will always give you spare food because the hunts automatically drop food, and it's a lot better for you to not waste it, you know? Like in most team games in 2D, you're not gonna have so many hunts that you can waste all of them. Like I see some poor players having like 3 extra hunts and being like, damn, I can't even age to Imperial, I have to mill up. Well, I'd be like, dude, that's enough. Like, micro well and you got it. Like, that's my honest opinion. 3 extra hunts with port is all you need. And so the number I know is I usually do 6 plantations, 42 on coin, and like 10 on wood. I should do that when I'm in nats. I know I picked a no-nat deck, but I'm just gonna pretend to be nats. Like going for more wood will always be worse boom, so I'm gonna go for worse boom right now just to show you how good the nat boom still is. If you go no nat and do like extra builds on food or coin instead of wood, which is understandable, oh, you're gonna end up like 20 points higher maybe. So while you gather wood, try to cut the wood you need. So if I was nat, I'd send them here. If it's no nat, I'd be lucky right now because there are no trees here. Like just cut whatever is important. And then obviously wall off. Usually in team games, you're not gonna have to wall off the whole thing. Walling costs some time and therefore resources by a few builds, obviously. I'm just gonna pretend I had to wall this side, I guess, to make my boom more realistic. I always try to dodge trees when walling. I don't know why. That's just what I do. Here again, the thing with the pillars is also important. You'll have to delete all your pillars because it takes less time to build, so if your build's gonna be done quicker, it's gonna cost you less wood because it's less segments. And also you can gate those segments, also being an advantage. I guess a classic is 4 layers of walls, unless you know you're up against someone who's just gonna run all day long. And one build should be able to do 4 layers. Like, boom's pretty done, but I'm just gonna keep it going just to show you. Like I'm not gonna move all my builds now. I'm not gonna do anything crazy, cost myself good boom. Like some people, I feel like some people do crazy stuff once the boom is actually done, just to lower the score or something. Like some people will be like, meh, those fields on wood, man. I need to take all this and I need to chop this. Like, you're not gonna manage to chop all this, so why even start? And I feel like it's pretty wasted, right? Like, just leave the builds. Obviously, don't forget your arsenal or anything. Build that shit. Nice one. The 90 coin influence boom, by the way. I'm gonna upload this ASAP, I think. This is so annoying when like one thing is not built. God damn it. Yeah. I think I've talked about every important part. I mean, this is the port boom right now, but most things I talked about can be related to any boom. Like the thing with the Huns, do that with every civilization. If you want to see yourself getting insane scores, do what I talked about. Do what I said. I'm pretty confident right now at being at least a top boomer in this game. And it's not because I know so many more techniques than everyone. Like, most players know it's 14 to 15 builds to age up with ports at first, then about maybe 26 to H3, and about 30 minutes left when you're gonna want to go to H4, etc. But if you don't reach it, then it's because of the tips I talked about. And it is because you fuck up with the Huns, you fuck up with the waves, That's just small things. It's a lot of small things that add up. And the more you try hard your Huns, like I didn't even try hard too much, I think, right now. If you try hard, you even try to switch your TCs, always make sure all your vills that split up on the map gather food will always have to be shift clicked on every hunt. Like, if you manage to do that, you're insane. In most games, I only do it until like H3, and the last hunts I start relaxing. So if you want to get the maximum amount of points, then you know what you gotta do now. Yeah. In order of cards, after all the eco cards, I usually send the Arsenal card and simply the training cards, I think. On RE, I'd obviously send Explorers because they're broke. And on TP, if you see you have an extra card, I'd probably send Goon range or Mord range. Like range cards overall are always good. Yeah. And I don't know, I can't wait to do my start army. My start army is mostly the same. Imagine it would be a port mirror right now. It would be 2 organs, 4 culverins, 1 mortar, 20 hearts, and musketeers. Like I can tell, I always do the same start armies and mirrors, because it always works. And it's hard to counter, to be honest. Like 2 organs, 2 shoots, skirms, mask or something, 4 culverins. If your opponent feels like having a few art, just micro it. 4 curves are easy to micro. And then the hussers to get anything, to either block shots or like rape in the back, get vills, get art, get anything. And your musket are gonna push forward because of the short range and apply pressure. And also your musket gonna be able to protect yourself from cav. And the reason why I do musk and not castadors is castadors are first of all not gonna move up because of the long range. And also to like in start armies, almost everybody does cav at the moment. It became meta. So musketeers will always do best because every time someone has cav, castadors are gonna shoot the cav first. It's not gonna die as quick, and it won't even matter too much anymore. On TP, make sure to get the wall upgrade once you know that you're close to having all your walls done, because it makes walls being built slower. So that's a thing. And then a thing I want to talk about is the lineup of your army. I'll show that here because there's more space. The lineup of your army is something many people do not understand too. Sometimes people have smart compositions of start armies, and then the lineup is just so weird they're gonna lose any start fight for sure and for 100%. Imagine you have my start army right now. You have cav, you have musketeers. You know this is an aggressive setup, an aggressive one, okay? So you want to play pressure, you don't want to go in the back or something. So what you do is you line up as aggressively as you can, first of all. So you put your Minuteman right on half map. Your Minutemen are supposed to take the first shot of either cannon, castle, musketeer, goon, whatever. If you're lucky, even take the first hit of cav or something. With ports, you have 6 more Minutemen and all the other civs. That's pretty useful because you can do a bigger line of Minutemen. So cav will get caught on the sides first. And now the important part. 2p. Few HP, high damage usually. Well, okay, they don't seem very upgraded to me. Even though I'm on TP, I don't know. I guess I didn't auto-upgrade this time. Weird, but okay. Usually they should be a lot stronger, I don't know. 33 musketeers, I can do 3 groups of 11, simple math. And I wanna spread them. Spread so artillery doesn't hit too many of them. And spread because a short range unit can just sit in lines of 4 layers or something. They need to be... They're gonna do like a semicircle or something when attacking, you know? I don't know, my English is not that good for this one. Your organs should not be in weird positions like this. Like, what are they supposed to hit? The Minuteman? You don't care about the Minuteman. You want your organs all the way at the front and hit the opponent's army. If you have time in the start fight, do the one click and put them under skirms. I like to do that, and I'm telling you, it's 100% worth it. Also, you want to center your organs, because most players are going to have cav on the sides, so if your army gets rushed by cav, organs in the middle are going to be protected for the longest. And also I like to have a mortar in the middle, line of sight, and most players are going to build up very far forward, so prevent them from pushing at the very first second of the fight with having a mortar. 2 groups of corps on the sides, easy to micro, 2 keys, super easy. And then a 2p, for whatever reason, did not upgrade it. You have 16, put them in 2 groups of 8, and put them slightly on the sides. Because most opponents are gonna do it just like me, organs, artillery in the middle because it's more protected. And they're gonna shoot this thing first, and not the sides with the 2p. Easy peasy, extra lines of units in front of your corps too. Those. And then 10 cav on each side. To like get all the units caught off guard and they must push in with the artillery pushing the middle, cav on the flanks. Boom. If you wanna, obviously you can hide your cav and the artillery first if you want to. But most players are gonna expect cav at the moment, I'm telling you. What you can do, but what I'm not a massive fan of, is put your cav like right here as a line of tanky units. But that's why we have Minutemen, so we don't really need that. I think they mostly get blocked anyways. So what I like to do with goons is just go for a line. So if someone is cav in front, they're gonna get him. If you see your opponent is gonna have cav on the sides too, then just move your goons up. If you know he's gonna have them on both sides, and just do this. Line them up so they're ready to attack a flank. Or just you can... What I like to do is get some musk in the back, ready to get flanked. If you want to surprise your opponent and you know he doesn't pay attention, you can even put him in melee mode already, so if he moves his cav, they're gonna get wrecked. But that's just personal preference, some tricks. Also, if you see your opponent has so much cav and is gonna put it all in because he's so confident with his backup, you can just put him in melee mode. Most players won't notice a difference. They'll look at this army and be like, yeah, there's no difference. Mostly they don't click on your units, so if they already melee, then you can surprise Cav and easily kill it most of the time. That's my techniques. Lately I've always been getting close to 2300 with ports. Oh shit, don't forget your arsenal though. Yeah, okay. Don't forget your arsenal in game, obviously. I don't think this amount of time is enough to get all the upgrades done, but I'll just delete the updates to check the score. It doesn't even matter too much, just don't forget it in game. Yeah. Obviously explore it the net. If your TCs are not in a good position, then just delete one so you can rebuild it with your explorer. And spam explorers. Depending on the matchup, of course. Like, you need to think of the matchups most of the time. If you're up against Russia or Brit, then obviously explorers are a massive help, because Brit and Russia have skirms, longbows, and stratas that don't kill heavy infantry too quickly, and explorers have heavy infantry on the patch. So using them is very smart. In a mirror, it can be useful because musketeer is one of your main units. Against France, it's absolute bullshit because it's 120 pop and mostly skirm gendarme. Against Spain, it's also waste. Like, just make sure you know who you're fighting, what matchup you're fighting. That's very important. Talking about compositions in game, what I usually do is like many people be like, damn, I would need better artillery micro. I want to be a pro, but artillery micro is not going to make you an instant pro. I, for my part, don't use artillery very often. I only use it to react to opponents' artillery, and I still win most of my games. The reason is I pretty much always have the smarter composition of units. So it's not like I need those mechanics, I need to do this all game long. It's rather watch what your opponent does and react to it. If you see he has a lot of goons and musketeers, don't keep spamming Cav, because you asked your better teammate earlier, what am I doing in this matchup, and he said Musk Hus. Don't just spam Hus. React to it. Do musketeers and castadors. Do you never go pure one unit? If he's full anti-cav and you're like, damn, castadors counter that, I can go full castador, he's just gonna make some husses and you're gonna die. So you always want to keep a combination going. Okay. I think I talked about the very important stuff. Alright, so I agree. My score is definitely influenced. It's hitting 2300 should not be as easy as I'm doing it right now. It's a hard task. 2300 without team cards or OP treasures is doable. I did it lately several times, but it's really close, and it's 2300, like pretty much exactly 2300, 2305 or 10 or something. It's not gonna be like in this game 2350 or something. So yes, scores slightly influenced, but not much. And also, in this 1v1, resources are weird still. Like, if you're in a net position in a team game, you can have all your hunts on this side, which is so good because you don't have to move your wheels left and right, and it's a lot easier to micro too. So just know, 1v1s have increased scores, yes, but they also have harder conditions, my point of view. And then now you need to move have like 8 to 10 builds close to your build fight. If you're on the map, keep some builds, like 4 builds here to base up, wall off. couple of units. Make sure you explore at the net, have a TC deleted maybe, depending. And yeah, score is obviously insane. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed, hope you were able to learn something. Hope you can do better booms from now on. And thanks for watching. Bye.